With these affordable tools, you can easily shoot high quality vertical videos for Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So before I found a mounting solution to mount my camera vertically so I can record vertical videos, I used to just tilt my tripod head all the way down so that it's kind of like at a 90-degree angle. And then I would mount my camera to the tripod, but that essentially removed all the functionality of a video tripod head. So of course, you know how this story goes, there must be a better way. And so there was. I went on Amazon and I quickly found out that there was this thing called L brackets. Towards the end of this video, I'm gonna show you guys a second solution that I like to use for mounting my camera vertically and producing vertical video content. The second solution is also gonna help you make your camera into an all-in-one production workhorse, so you don't wanna miss out on that. So back to the story about the L bracket. So after some searching, I realized that the L bracket was the cheapest and easy to use solution for mounting your camera vertically. Typically, DSLR and mirrorless cameras, their form factor, like the handle and the grips on their cameras, are really meant to be used horizontally, kind of like holding it like this. But with the rise of vertical video in YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok, now we create content vertically. So that means we have to turn the camera vertically. So that's when solutions like the L bracket come into play. And then it pretty much lets you use the tripod like you're operating a regular camera. So you gotta mount your camera to the L bracket and then mount the L bracket to the tripod. And now the whole tripod setup is much more practical and easy to use for vertical video shooting. Now, one huge downside that I found while using the L bracket was that you don't really have any quarter-20 mounts or any hot shoe or cold shoe mounts. When it comes to content creation, you're probably gonna wanna mount a bunch of different accessories to your camera just to make your production setup a lot more customized to your workflow. I mean, you have the hot shoe on the camera itself, but that's really the only place you can kind of mount anything to. If you're like me, I like to use external batteries, monitors, and microphones in addition to my camera setup. This way, everything I know that I'm gonna need while recording is right there in one convenient and ready to go package. And that brings me to my second solution for shooting vertical videos, and that's using a camera cage like this one. And while it is more expensive than an L bracket, you get way more functionality out of it, but it also lets you attach way more accessories to the actual camera body. This camera cage that I'm using was around $100 on Amazon, and there are plenty of camera accessory manufacturers that make camera cages for almost all the cameras you can think of. They even make camera cages for iPhones. With a camera cage like this, you can simply rotate the camera 90 degrees and then mount the base plate from your tripod onto the side of the camera with a quarter-20 thread, and now you can hook it up to the tripod and it's ready to go. I can also mount external batteries to the camera cage so that I can shoot for longer periods of time. I'm using a SmallRig NPF battery adapter with a dummy battery that goes straight into my camera, and then an NPF battery to power the whole thing. Now, I don't know about you, but the battery in the camera that I'm using needs to be swapped out about every 40 minutes of recording. And this is a huge problem for me because sometimes I'll be recording vertical videos for TikTok, Reels, Shorts, whatever, and I'm in the zone. I'm focused, I'm just delivering my lines, I have a flow going, but then the battery dies, and now all of a sudden I have to stop the whole production, and it's just swap the batteries, and it becomes a real pain. So I highly recommend you use external batteries and then mount it to like a camera cage like this one. You can really mount a lot of different things to camera cages because they have quarter-20 threads all over the place. The one that I have even has 2 cold shoe mounts, and most importantly, I have my microphone. The microphone needs to be mounted somewhere, so I always use external mics like either a lav or a shotgun mic, and that needs to be mounted either to the camera, whether it be a shotgun mic mounted to the camera, or whether it be a receiver for my wireless lav. I also really like the camera cage because I can mount an external monitor using this ball head bracket that I got from SmallRig. And having an external monitor is really good for content creation, especially with vertical video, because you want to make sure your framing is right. You want to make sure that your exposure is good and you're not kind of blown out. And you just want to make sure that everything's running smoothly and you can kind of monitor your video feed if you have something like an external monitor. This one also allows me to check false color so that I know exactly if my exposure is dialed in properly. I also have things like focus peaking on this monitor, so I know exactly where and when I'm in focus. These tools are just super handy for creating high quality vertical videos. So I highly recommend you get a monitor and mount it to your camera cage and use it as part of your production workflow when creating any type of vertical short form content, or any content for that matter, even YouTube videos. So that's what's great about the camera cage, is that you can mount all sorts of accessories to it and still use it vertically. And that's how I fully kitted out my vertical video workhorse. Links for everything mentioned will be in the description of this video. My goal is to simply help other content creators produce better videos. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.